Hello, fourth graders. Here's your Newsela assignment for May 12th, Tuesday, May 12th. Okay, again, we'll go to Newsela, share the screen. Click on Newsela. It comes up. You know how to get in here. I'm going to quit going through the beginning here on some of these videos soon. So you should know how to get into Newsela, go into your assignments. So we'll come to this page. We're going this May 11th through 15th. We click on that. We're going to scroll down. We did ancient women surfers yesterday. Today it's Q&A with the graphic novelist. Okay, so we're going to read a Q&A stands for question and answer. Okay, so our activities for this story is just there's power words, there's a quiz, and there's a write. Okay, so in the write, it's just simple. You summarize the article. What main ideas you learned about this article? What did you find interesting? And what would you like to learn more about? Okay, so if you don't know anything about graphic art, graphic novels. So here we go. This is an article. It's called Dragon Hoops, From Small Steps to Great Leaps. Graphic novelist Jean Lu Yang is pictured alongside the cover of Dragon Hoops. The cover of his book. Okay, so Jean Lu Yang is famous graphic novelist. Graphic novels are like comic books, but they tend to be much longer. Many of you guys like to read them, like Dog Man, Wimpy Kid, and those. I see them all the time, so you might enjoy this. As a child, Yang dreamed of becoming an animator for Disney. That means someone who draws. Then he wanted to be a comic book artist. In college, he studied computer science and creative writing. He became a teacher and drew cartoons to help his students learn. Then he began publishing his comics. Yang has earned a lot of praise. So here you go. These are the power words you need to click on and do this assignment over here. Yang has learned a lot of praise for his books. American Born Chinese came out in 2006. It became the first graphic novel to be a finalist for a National Book Award. The award goes to the best books in the United States. Yang has also worked on the Avatar, The Last Airbender series, and Superman, and was another one of his projects. Yang created an online reading platform. It's called Reading Without Walls. It encourages readers to try new kinds of books. This is what I try to get you guys to do, read different types of books. Okay, so Jennifer Liu is a reporter. She writes for the La Crosse Tribune in Wisconsin. She spoke to Yang in April 2019. He was giving a talk at the local library. Here's the question from the reporter, and then he's answering. Question, what will you talk about? I'm mostly talking about being a cartoonist. I will also tell the kids about reading without walls. It works like this. First, you read a book about a character who doesn't look like you. Second, the book should be about something totally new to you. Third, the format should also be new, like a poem or a comic book. So he's wanting people to read books about people that look different than them, and a totally different type of book, like a poem or a comic book or something new. Okay, what's an example of something you've read like that? Yang, as a kid, I was really bad at sports. About 5 or 6 years ago, my son joined his high school basketball team. That led me to become interested in basketball. One of the books I read was Kwame Alexander, The Crossover. It's great. I just wrote a book about basketball. What makes a good graphic novel? Yang, a lot of my stories begin with a voice. I hear a character talking to me. Then I'll begin to see what he or she looks like. Often the character wants to figure out a problem. Not every story makes a good graphic novel. It has to be visual. Still, there doesn't have to be a lot of action or a colorful setting. Ideas or feelings can be shown in a visual way. Question: do you prefer to draw or write? Yang: I always start by writing. I think writing is a lot harder for me. Sometimes the words flow onto the page, other times it's lousy. Drawing is more fun, but it takes a lot more time. The basketball book took me 5 years because I'm a really slow artist. You say you feel that your work isn't good. How do you deal with those feelings? Yang: I have a friend named Gary Schmidt. He has won some pretty important writing awards. He says he feels like he didn't deserve them. I think a lot of writers have low self esteem. Many authors write so they can understand themselves. American Born Chinese is one of your best known books. What were you trying to understand about yourself when you wrote it? I grew up in a Chinese family, American community. I felt I was different from the majority. For a while, I wanted to get rid of anything in me that was Chinese. American Born Chinese was a way to accept who I am. Another power word. Which characters are the most fun to draw? Yang: for me, it would be the Monkey King. For other people, maybe the Green Turtle will be the most fun character. He is from the Shadow Hero. His costume's crazy. It's so goofy looking. Who's your favorite superhero? Yang: I really like Mr. Miracle. He's a greatest escape artist in the universe. He spent his childhood figuring out how to escape his planet. He fell in love with his jail guard and they escaped to Earth. Which superhero did you like when you were a kid? Yang: as a kid, I really liked Spider-Man. Superman doesn't wear a mask. Batman only wears a mask on the top part of his face. You know he's a white guy. Spider-Man is completely covered from head to toe. He can be almost anyone. That's something really cool about that. Okay, so just give your opinions, summarize what you learned, give your opinion. What did you find interesting, something you might want to learn more about. Okay, we will talk to you later. Bye.